And that kind of really links in with the next question, which is like, in your opinion, would you say that like a lot of the Primark customers, for example, would be aware of the effects of the fast fashion industry?
No, not the effects. I think that, you know, I think people are aware of fast fashion and probably have a good understanding of what that actually means from an operational perspective and about new ranges arriving into store very quickly. But I think if you were to talk to them and ask them, did they understand the ramifications of it? I would say no. I'd say most people don't. And I think it's almost, production over the last 15 years is actually, I think it's increased by 40%, and you know, people's spending has increased, but people are wearing clothes less and less in terms, like, you know, of what they're buying, so there's less value associated with it.
Yeah, I think that's actually really important, kind of the value people put on their clothes, because that's something we came across a few times, is if you're buying clothes for a really cheap price, you have very little kind of value on those clothes then.
Yeah,
you're quicker
absolutely.
to get.
Yeah, and it's something that I was reading about recently, and it was in terms of Nike Das trainers, and they were talking about the whole customizable option being available to the customer, and sometimes that might cost a little bit more to do, but they kind of felt it made the customer more connected with the product, and they were less likely to kind of say, well, I'm going to chuck these now after a certain amount of wears. It was like, no, I love these trainers, you know, they are so me, they've got, you know, anything that kind of represents me, I've kind of added into the design. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. So maybe that's something, you know, if clothing, well, like, I guess it's harder for the likes of Primark to do something like that, but definitely some of the mid or the luxury brands.